Hey faces, you know I'm always having some sort of technical difficulties when trying to go live, but I jumped out and now I'm jumping back in really quick. So, hey faces, how are you guys doing? Happy New Year. Yes, I know it's almost the end of February, but I haven't been on with you guys or done a live since I think November, since before my surgery. So I just wanted to kind of pop in really quick, give you guys an update, and let you guys know what's been going on with me. So the last time we spoke, I was preparing for my surgery, my excision surgery, which I think would have been my second since my diagnosis with endometriosis. And so a lot has happened since then. So there's been some good things, some bad things. So I'm going to try to get through everything as quickly as possible and let you guys know what the deal is. So the good news is when they went in to do my surgery, they actually found very little reoccurrence of the endometriosis, which is a good thing because this means that my initial surgery done back in 2008 was a success. And the hormonal treatments, the suppression therapies have been helping to keep the endometriosis suppressed. So there was no new growth, with the exception of a tiny little bit of area that was there from before. And the doctor's his basic premise was if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That particular area wasn't giving me trouble, so they didn't want to cut in and go in and disturb that area. The bad news, however, is I told you guys that I have been diagnosed with adenomyosis as well, and so that is where all of the area, the trauma, the pain have been coming from, which is directly in my uterus. And the adenomyosis had progressed to the point where it actually burned a hole in the back of my uterus, and so that's not good. And as you guys know, I preach and preach and preach all the time that a hysterectomy is not a cure for endometriosis, but when it comes to adenomyosis, because that is in the uterine wall, in the body of the uterus, in the uterine cavity, hysterectomy is the treatment and the cure for that. So that is kind of, hey, Rocky, love you too. Hey, Sarah, love you too. And so that is where we are, that I am now facing having to get a hysterectomy because the disease has basically eaten through uh, the entire body of my uterus. So while that's not the news that I want to hear, you guys, I'm just trying to get a handle on the camera. It's still a hand over here. But while that's just to give you guys an example of what was going on, one of the particular numbers, the range was between, should be between 0 and 39. A healthy person. Thank you, Marcia. You said that you can't hear me, so I'm moving the camera up and putting the volume up, so hopefully that will help. So one of the liver numbers, the normal range should be between 0 and 39. Mine was 322. One of the other levels, I think the range should be between 0 and 46. Mine was 973. Okay, 973. So I went to a specialist, and basically, long story short, the all of the medicines that I have been taking over the years, the antibiotics, the Norco, the ibuprofen, the Vicodin had basically started to destroy my liver. And so I was faced with the choice of continue to take these pharmaceuticals to help my pain and continue to destroy my liver, or move forward with the hysterectomy to remove the source of the pain and thereby eliminate the need for the pharmaceuticals. So that was one of the instances that made me reconcile the decision to move forward with having the hysterectomy. But in the meantime, we couldn't do that because we had to get those liver numbers under control. So the doctor says, hey, you've got to come off of all pharmaceuticals immediately. And of course, the thought of that made me paranoid. But I figured I can live without a uterus. I can't live without a liver. And so that decision was pretty much made, by itself. So for the last 2 months, I've not been on any pharmaceutical pain medications whatsoever. The only thing that I've been taking is homeopathic and natural supplements. I've been using valerian and milk thistle and also black seed oil, along, of course, with my CBD topicals and oils. And believe it or not, my pain has been pretty well managed. I was really concerned that I was going to be in such excruciating pain, and those first couple of weeks were, but over time, as I continued to take them, the flare-ups decreased, and the pain became manageable. I do still have flare-ups, and when they do hit hard, and they hit excruciatingly painfully, but they're not as constant as before. So there's a blessing in that. So I'm incredibly thankful for that as well. So not been on anything, going in for blood tests every couple weeks, every couple months to check the numbers. And I had my most recent blood test here at the end of January. And glory to God, the numbers have come down. They are still in a dangerous range, but the one number has gone down from 322 to 176. And the other number that I was really concerned about went from 973 to 352. So I am over the moon about that, but they are still in the danger zones. So we got to keep working to keep dropping those numbers. I've been put on prednisone. I forgot to throw that in there as an anti-inflammatory to help get the numbers down. And so the plus side of that is the numbers are coming down, but my weight gain is going through the roof. So I'm working really hard with diet and exercise to kind of keep that weight down until I'm completely off of this prednisone. So I've got a couple of more months to go until the numbers are back in the healthy, normal ranges. And then at that point, we will begin to revisit that second surgery of having the hysterectomy. And I thought long and hard about kind of making that open and making that public, but this is the reality of women who have endometriosis. Yes, Norman, I know prednisone, it has put weight on me, and so I'm thanking God that it's only temporary, and as soon as I come off, the weight will come off. And I actually have been losing a little bit of weight. You guys know I've been posting about my fitness challenges. So I'm down about 5 or 6 pounds now, but I really won't be able to go hard to get it off until I come off of the prednisone. And so once those numbers are back in the healthy ranges, as I was saying, then we move forward about the hysterectomy. And again, I battled and I struggled. Thank you, Norman, with making that information public. But because my calling is to educate, enlighten, and empower people about the reality of this disease, I have to be transparent. And the fact is, 40% of the women lose their fertility due to endometriosis. And unfortunately, I was one of those women. But that does not mean that I can't parent, that I won't parent. I'm actually moving forward with looking into adoption, once the surgery is done and once I'm healthy. I'm absolutely going to explore that opportunity. And, thank God for adoption. In his word, that's the whole concept of Christianity and being in Christ, is that we came to him, unto him through adoption. So that was a very spiritual moment, and I won't get into that because I will start crying if I do and get really emotional. But that was one of the things that clicked for me, is that we come unto Christ through the concept of adoption. And that's when it clicked for me that I can still be a mom, I can still parent, I can't birth a child, but I can still be a mom to a child. And so that's going to be the next step following surgery. But I'm also still very hopeful. And I know it sounds really crazy, but I believe, God can do anything, and I could still very well walk in there and they say, oh my God, everything is healed, everything is mended on the inside. But if that doesn't happen, I'm totally at peace and totally ready to move forward with the next step so that I can get pain and symptom relief from this awful, awful, horrible disease. But I just wanted to, pop in with you guys because some of you have been asking me for an update since November. So the good news is I know exactly what the cause is and what the root of the pain is. The not so good news is the next steps that have to be taken in order to rectify that. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I ever would have chosen. But again, I'm now at the point of destroy my liver or have my uterus removed. And like I said, I can definitely live and have a good quality of life without a uterus, but I can't do that without a liver. So, in life, sometimes we have to make hard and difficult choices. And this was just one of them. But I wanted to bring that to you guys because, again, this is what I go through. This is what 176 million women, teens, and girls go through on a daily basis. And this is why I'm transparent. And this is why I do what I do and bring the message. And sometimes that message is uncomfortable. Sometimes that message is emotional. Sometimes that message is painful and a little bit of embarrassing. But if we keep quiet about it, nobody will know. People won't know. People will continue to sit and suffer in silence. Many of you saw the post that I put up a couple days ago about the sister that took her life and left behind a husband and two beautiful children because she could not fight any longer. And so that's why I use my voice for the women who can't speak, won't speak, are tired of speaking, because it can just get to be too much. And I understand where that sister was at because I was once in a place to contemplating suicide. So no judgment here. I totally get it. Victory is yours. Thank you so much for whoever said that you will be healed. Thank you, Rhea. I absolutely received that, and I thank you for those words. But again, just want to pop in and give you guys a quick update because a lot of you have been asking, and I hadn't checked in with you guys since November. So really quickly, also stay tuned. March is in a couple weeks. That is Endometriosis Awareness Month. I got you guys. I have some great things planned for you guys, some awesome events in store for you guys. And also join me next Saturday, the 24th, at the Harold Washington Library. I'm going to be doing an author meet and greet down there. I'm going to have my book, Fighting Fiercely, Unveiling the Unknown About Endometriosis. If you don't have this book, pick it up, whether you're someone who has endometriosis, a family member, a friend. If you think that you might have it, pick this book up. It's not only for the women who have it, but for friends, spouses, significant others, family members, girlfriends. It'll help you to get a inside look at what the women who have this disease go through. It'll help you help them. Create a safe space for them, create a space of support for them and understanding and empathy for them. But I'll be at the Harold Washington Library next Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. as part of their African American Lit Fest. Come meet me, say hi, talk with me about endometriosis awareness, pick up a copy of the book. If you can't make it to the Lit Fest, you can always go by Amazon and grab the book. It's there on paperback and also available in Kindle. Come over to IG, catch me there. I am at Fight Fierce Endo on IG, or go over to my Facebook page, Fighting Fiercely, Unveiling the Unknown About Endometriosis. Keep watch for all of the awesome things that are going to be coming up. Like I said, next month for Endometriosis Wellness Month, I will keep you guys posted. Right now, I'm kind of in a holding pattern, just doing this prednisone and waiting for these numbers to come down. I don't go back again to see my specialist until March. So I'm just waiting and watching and fasting and praying and working out and eating right and trying to keep my spirits lifted. So if you guys can join me in that fight, I would graciously appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for the questions, the calls, the prayers, the thoughts. They really do mean a lot to me, and I receive them all, and they really do help to get me through on those days when it's really rough. So just wanted to, touch base with you guys, give you guys an update, let you guys know that I love you. Thank you so much for supporting me and helping me fight on the days when I'm too tired to fight. And I will keep fighting for you guys. Enjoy your Saturday. And as always, be educated, be enlightened, be empowered, and keep helping me fight, you guys.